Hey guys, welcome back. It is time to prep for week 3 of Whole30. I am now officially halfway through my 30 days. And if you haven't watched my week 1 and week 2 Whole30 videos, I highly suggest you do, just so you can get a feel for my journey as a whole. So this week I am going to take a little bit of a different approach to my planning process. Last week, I think I was riding like a little bit of a cooking high because for maybe the first time in my life, I was cooking myself consistently really good food, and I think it just made me a little ambitious when I was meal planning. The food that I ate last week was really good, but the grocery bill that came with it, not really good. There's no way I can like realistically eat like that for a long period of time in my current situation. I'd go broke. So this week I am taking a little more realistic approach to planning, grocery shopping, and meal prepping on Whole30. We are going to do Whole30 on a budget this week. If you have watched my other videos, you know that my general process is to take my Whole30 meal plan template. As always, it's linked below. And I figure out what I want to eat that week, and then I make ingredients lists for every single day, combine them into a whole ingredients list, go check out what I have in the fridge, and then I go grocery shopping. This week, I'm going to switch it up a little bit and see how it works. I'm first going to see what I already have in my fridge, and then I'm going to base my meals around what I already have. This is a lot easier to do now that I am in like 2 full weeks into Whole30, because my fridge and my pantry are already stocked up on like Whole30 staples, and I've like worked through some of the kinks of what I like and what I don't like, and I know what I can and can't make instead of buying like maybe really pricey Whole30 substitutes. Now, I saw a statistic that said that the average US household throws out 31.9% of their food. First of all, that number is highly concerning. Second of all, I have been a perpetrator. So often I will just forget things I already have. They'll get slowly pushed to the back of the refrigerator, and then by the time I see them or remember them, they've already gone bad. It's kind of a terrible cycle, and I have been a part of it for far too often. So this week I went through my fridge and pantry and took into account the staples that I already have, and instead I am going to base my recipes around those. So previously I chose what I wanted to eat first and then checked out what I have, and if I barely had anything that went with that recipe, I literally went out and bought the 12 ingredients that I still needed for that recipe. It's actually insane now that I'm saying it out loud and thinking back on it. It was completely unnecessary. Also, taking stock of your fridge and pantry gives you a great chance to do like a clean out. Plus it gives you perspective of like your food waste habits. So if you're anything like me, you want to kick yourself for the amount of like money that you're just essentially throwing away. So I think it's a really good like weekly keep yourself in check kind of exercise to go ahead and clean out your fridge and pantry and take stock of what you have and don't have. Okay, so I went through my fridge and my pantry and made a list of everything that I have and the amounts. So as you can see, I have some good items that I can build meals off of. Usually I choose very specific recipes to make, but this week I am going to have kind of loose ideas of the recipes and the kind of meals I want to make. And the concept or the goal is like mainly simple ingredients, but to use a lot of the spices and herbs that I have stocked up on in the previous weeks. So here's a breakdown of my recipe ideas for the next week. All right, so I have 2 pounds of ground beef. So I'm going to double this hamburger soup recipe. This recipe will also use the onion I already have, the baby potatoes that I already have, the tomatoes that I already have, and a lot of the seasonings that I already have. Also, I am going to use snow peas instead of green beans in this recipe because I already have those. And then I am going to do a chicken, green bean, and potato sheet pan recipe. I already have the potatoes and all of the spices. So again, minimal ingredients are needed, and it makes a really good amount of servings. Okay, and my other recipe, I'm going to do tilapia with cauliflower rice and broccoli. I kind of chose this because I already have the tilapia and I already have the broccoli. All I need is a cauliflower rice, and that's like incredibly simple. And then for breakfast, I'm gonna keep it really, really simple too. I'm gonna do eggs, avocado, and diced sweet potatoes. I'm also going to check and see how much the Whole30 bacon would be, because I did really, really enjoy that last week. So that might be a little bit of a splurge for me this week. Okay. So after I put together a list of all of the items I still need, I only need 10 things this week. I'm actually taken aback when we compare it to the previous week, so I'm about to spend so much less money. Amazing. Obviously, this would, not be possible if I had not already stocked up on so many of like the Whole30 staples in the previous weeks and a lot of really good spices. So don't be surprised if like this is impossible to achieve like week 1 for you. Let the grocery store talk to you, meaning go in with an idea of the recipe you want to do, but if there are items that are on sale that could be kind of interchanged for items that you have on your ingredients list, then do that. For example, I may say that I want Brussels sprouts, but broccoli may be on sale at the grocery store, so I'm just going to switch those out. Same thing, but I save a little bit of money. Also, pay really close attention to meat that is on sale, because that may change like your protein choice for the recipe. I really wish that I had a Costco card, and it honestly may just be worth the investment, and I'm like highly considering it. I say this because Costco has like incredible deals on meat, and you can always freeze meat. So then you can stock up your freezer while meat is on sale, and then essentially you're shopping from your freezer before you ever have to shop from the grocery store. I highly, highly recommend this strategy if you have a Costco card or even like a Sam's membership. Okay, next up we have choice of grocery stores. So if you've been watching my videos, you've seen that I primarily shop at Kroger. I definitely don't think Kroger is anywhere near the cheapest place to buy groceries, but it is really, really convenient for me. It's like I can see it literally from my window. And they do have a good loyalty program, but this week I am going to try something different. Prior to doing Whole30, I shopped at Aldi like a lot. I genuinely love Aldi. It's not the most like glamorous or comfortable shopping experience, but it's the price you pay for incredible deals and honestly really quality produce, meats, and like various different types of products. I had not shopped at Aldi on Whole30 because I was under the assumption, like many people, that there was no way you could shop anywhere that didn't have like a vast array of like organic options and specialty products in order to do Whole30. But I have done some research, and that is in fact not true. First of all, it's important to understand why you are buying organic produce. So the concept of organic has gained so much traction over the past few years, and with good reason. I mean, organic is obviously healthier. In reference to produce, though, organic means that the product has not been grown with any synthetic fertilizers or pesticides. So obviously, if we are thinking of being as healthy as possible, no one wants to eat synthetic fertilizers and pesticides on their food. The reality of the situation is that the majority of the people out there cannot afford to eat 100% organic, especially if you're feeding a whole family. So if you have to choose between organic and non-organic versions of certain items, there are some things to take into consideration. First of all, think about how you are going to be using the product before choosing organic or not. Are you going to be eating it with the peel on or without the peel? If you're going to be eating it with the peel, you probably need to go organic. If you're going to be eating it without the peel, you could consider going regular. In terms of buying organic, here is a good list of items to choose the organic versions of due to the high use of pesticides during farming or just due to generally how we eat them. Now, in terms of items that you could choose the regular version of if you need to choose between organic or not, take a look at these items. If you even swap out a few of those organic items for regular versions and prioritize how you choose to buy organic, you can save money while also eliminating high toxin prone foods from your diet. Back to grocery shopping. So yes, I am going to go to Aldi first and check out what they have and see what I can knock out at a great price. Then after doing a good bit of research on the cheapest grocery stores, first of all, Kroger wasn't even in the top 15 list of any list that I looked at. So good going there, Maddie. Just blowing money to blow money. Anywho, I kept seeing Trader Joe's was so far up there towards the top on like a lot of the lists, which really surprised me because I always thought that Trader Joe's was like a specialty grocery store, which meant expensive. I always thought Trader Joe's was kind of the place that you went to for unique items, not like grocery staples, but the internet begs to disagree, so I'm gonna give it a shot this week. Neck to neck with Trader Joe's on almost every list was Walmart. Now, admittedly, I have an aversion to Walmart as a whole. I think I'm genuinely just scarred from my childhood. Walmart was like an absolute madhouse, but I do know that they have always had really good prices and they carry one of the like really well-known Whole30 like dips and sauce brands, Tessemae's. So I don't have a Walmart close to me per se. So this will be number 3 on my list. And if I can't find what I need between Aldi and Trader Joe's, then off to Walmart I go. This week, there should be zero need to go to Whole Foods. And doing this on a budget, I hope that there are very, very, very rarely is moving forward a need to go to Whole Foods. I adore Whole Foods. Genuinely, I think it's one of like the best grocery shopping experiences out there. I think I could just like hang out in there all day, but my wallet screams the moment that I pull into the parking lot. So trying to avoid Whole Foods at all costs, except for maybe very, very specific specialty items. Just left Aldi and spent $19 and got everything I wanted except for I didn't like their selection of avocados. They were like nowhere near ripe. And then their eggs, they didn't have organic eggs, and I don't know, I need to do my research on whether or not, you know, there's a big difference in those or not. So I'm gonna go get organic eggs. And then Whole30 bacon, you know, that's a specialty item this week. We'll see if I end up with it or not, but I'm going to go to Trader Joe's now. One, because I've never really tried to shop there before on a serious note, so I want to see what's up with it, but hopefully I can get those last few items as well. Okay, so Trader Joe's had everything that I needed, except for the Whole30 bacon, but I think I'm just gonna skip that this week in the name of keeping costs down. I didn't even spend $11 in there, so that's pretty sweet. I did look at a few of the prices when I was in there compared to Aldi, and Aldi is 100% cheaper, but Aldi can be hit or miss. So overall, great experience. Shopping's done. I think I spent $29, $30 today shopping, so not complaining about that. There's a few items that I want to point out to you. First of all, whoever told me that Aldi does not carry organic products is a liar. They carry quite a few organic products. So like I have these organic carrots, Aldi. They even carry organic meats, Aldi. And then if you remember, one of my recipes did call for broccoli, but the asparagus at Aldi was a whole 30 cents cheaper. So I went with asparagus. Gonna switch that out. Okay, now the avocado selection at Aldi, they were like nowhere near ripe. So I did end up getting avocados at Trader Joe's, but I really wish I could have gotten them at Aldi, because at Trader Joe's they were $1.29 an avocado, and at Aldi they were 69 cents. Ugh, crazy. Moral of the story, you can 100% shop at Aldi on Whole30. Just be prepared that you may, probably, are gonna have to do a second grocery run somewhere else, but still, if you can save on basic items and then go and get more specialty things at another store, great way to save money. Okay, last but not least this week, I am tipping my toe into the world of couponing. Couponing has gotten so high tech that it's so much more high tech than it used to be when I was a kid and like TLC had that extreme couponing show on. I thought I could just like find some coupons and cut them out and go to the grocery store. But like there's all of these websites and apps and like things that you can use now and strategies. So I'm gonna have to do like a deep dive into the world of couponing, and hopefully I'll have a few more skills by the time week 4 grocery shopping rolls around. But I do want to show you one app. It's called Ibotta. This is a rebate app. So if there's any rebates on items you purchase, you can actually upload your receipt and get money back for just buying the item. Okay, I didn't have any specific rebates at Trader Joe's or Aldi's this week, but at Trader Joe's, I could just upload my receipt and get 25 cents back just for literally shopping there. I know 25 cents might seem silly, but small amounts do add up, and I'm gonna figure out some strategies to really maximize this app and coupons in general. I mean, getting paid to grocery shop? Why not? Thank you guys so much for joining me again this week on my Whole30 journey. If you found this video and my journey in general helpful, informative, inspirational, anything at all, please go ahead and subscribe and give this video a like. I want you to stay up to date on my journey and all of the videos that I'm going to be posting in the future. If you haven't already, go ahead and take a look at my week 1 and week 2 videos, just so you really understand my journey, and stay tuned for next week. I am on the home stretch of Whole30 next week, so be sure to stick around, and thank you so much for being here.